Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, and basically I'm going to let you know if I think that it is worth the hype or not. I have done this look using this palette, so let's get into the tutorial and then I'll talk about my thoughts and feelings on this palette. Okay, so I already have on my, what do you call it? My Too Faced Shadow Insurance, that's what it is. And let's start. We're going to start with this color right here, which is called Sunrise. I'm going to try not to blind you with the mirror. And, uh-oh, someone just texted me. Let me turn that down. Don't want to be hearing that all through the thing. So Sunrise on my lid. And I got way too much. And once again, if the lighting is a little bit off, I have not really had a chance to play with it much. Right now the lighting is good for me to be able to see to put my makeup on in here. I don't know how it's going to show up on the camera. This is my first tutorial or review slash tutorial that I've done using my new lighting, and I don't have all of them up either, I should say. So I just put that on the lower, pretty much half of my eyelid, up into the crease a little bit just for blending purposes. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and go into the color right beside that that is called Sunset, and right into my crease, blending the top of the sunrise color and then up a little bit. So I would say this is a very wearable kind of look, very neutral. This is more kind of warm orangey tones, but it's still neutral and wearable. I'm just kind of blending up with that. Okay. Then I'm just going to take a 217 and I'm going to go into this color here called Java, just to kind of darken up my outer V a little bit, add a little bit of dimension, and a little bit of a different color besides just the kind of orangey tones that I have. So this is just like a chocolate brown. And as you can see on this side, I don't want to completely cover the orange, so I have it going into my crease and blend it over, but not like up onto, all the way over onto the orange. Or the, what is it, sunset color. So as you know, I like to get the color where I'm going to have it and then kind of build up the intensity of the color. That's just my kind of personal preference to do. And this look is super easy. I don't always, try to do just super easy looks, but I just thought it would be good with this palette. So you just want to make sure everything is blended in good. Okay. Then I'm going to take just a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm going into this top color here called Sheer Joy. Okay, I'm going to take my fluffy brush, dip it ever so lightly into the sunset color and tap off, and then just kind of blend a little bit on top of that Java color, just to make sure I haven't lost all of that with putting this. And then I just kind of blend to where I want it to be, if that makes any sense. Okay. And you know, I like to clean up the sides. Okay, with the same brush, I'm going into this Transforming Pearl. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that, and I'm going to put it right here where I kind of like the light to hit, and have a little bit of something something right where the arch is for your brow. And then I'm going to put a little bit in the inner corner. Okay, so I'm going to put on my liner and my mascara, and I'll be right. Okay, so I am back, and I just wanted to quickly say I will put everything I'm wearing as far as makeup wise in the down bar, but I am wearing the orange lip look that I did a video on. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link down below for that too. So I just wanted to let y'all know. So the Naturally Pretty palette, you just saw me doing this look with it. It looks like this. It is kind of shaped like the original Naked palette. That's kind of what it looks like, except it has like a foldy thing at the end with the magnet there. It is kind of a fuzzy or suede kind of material, which I don't particularly like. It is like a weird kind of pink color, almost kind of like a flesh tone. So it's not an awful looking palette. It's just not something that I particularly find gorgeous. I think the writing will probably come off at one point, but you know, that's fine. Now the neat thing about these shadows is it's supposed to have good ingredients for your actual eyelids. It's supposed to have anti-aging benefits to it, which a lot of the IT Cosmetics do, or if not all, because they are made with the help of plastic surgeons and kind of like the skincare needs of people, and especially people as they are aging. Now let me see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 shades, and then 15 including this Transforming Pearl. So what you're supposed to be able to do is basically pick up any of the colors, which all of these are mattes, and then like tap it into this and blend it together and make almost a satiny, not completely frosty look. Now they have, I would say, some pretty colors. This violet color here is probably what sold me on the palette. It is just a very pretty color in the pan. Unfortunately, I find on the lid it does nothing for me. It's kind of too dark for a lid color. Maybe in the fall I'll be able to get by with it, but I don't know. I actually do not like this palette all that much. I will say the look that I did today is probably the best one that I have done with this look, and I've had this palette for several months and just have not done a review because I knew it was not going to be a very favorable review. And I know a lot of people love this palette, so I don't necessarily, I won't say that this palette is awful. Let me just say I don't think this palette is as good as people think it is. I don't think it is a palette for everyone. To me, it has a lot of very warm shades in it, very kind of orangey brown shades. If you like that look, you may like this palette. If you like a very, very neutral eye look every day without having a lot of drama, you will like this better than, let's say, I do. Now they do have some darker shades, like this Iconic, which is kind of a darker plum. They have Noir, which is kind of a grayish black, and they have Midnight, which is kind of a navy-ish gray. but you know, they're still not super, super dark. Now, I will say they are nicely pigmented shades. I have a problem with the way these blend. I feel like sometimes they catch on your eye, and I find that true with a lot of matte shades. Now, I will say if you just touch these shadows, they feel very, very nice. They feel buttery. So I do believe they are made with very, very good ingredients. But like I said, to me, they do not blend very well. I find that they turn muddy very, very easily. I feel the colors kind of blend together in a weird way. The transforming pearl, anytime I add it to a color, except if I put it on sheer joy on my brow bone like I did, it turns the color a weird color. It turns it muddy. I really just want to take my eyeshadow off because it just does not look right. I do not find myself reaching for this palette. And I'm terribly sorry if this is your palette that you love so much. Please, you know, don't hold it against me. I just really want to be honest with the people who watch my videos. If you want to try this palette, try the palette. I'm just saying, me personally, I did not and do not reach for this palette a lot. I do not enjoy this palette. In fact, except for the days that I say, okay, I really want to try this palette so I can do a review on it, I never reach for it. Now, I will say I reach for my chocolate palette all the time. I reach for all three of the Nakeds all the time. There are a lot of things that I reach for, and I just do not reach for this one. Some of the colors are pretty, like the violet. All Heart, it's kind of a rosy color, so that one's pretty. I guess another problem that I have is if you look at it, to me there is not a lot of lid shades. There are a lot of shades that I would put in the crease. There's 2 shades, and you can even say 3 if you want to just put this very sheer color on your brow bone. So there are 3 brow bone shades, 2 or 3. I think that's pretty good. But this color here looks light enough to put on your lid, but why would you put, that's just a weird color to me to put on my lid. I don't know. There's not a lot of variety in the colors, and I find a lot more blending colors in here or actual crease colors than I do something that I would want to put on my lid. I find it really hard to even come up with looks for this palette. I don't think it's worth the hype. Do I think that it is good shadow quality? Overall, yes, I do, except for it just being, they're being all mattes, and maybe it's just I don't particularly like matte shadows. I do like some matte shadows, generally only in my crease, not on my lid. So I will put that out there. It definitely could be that. But overall, I just think this is a palette that I could have skipped and been completely happy in my life. I'm really sorry that I had to do such a negative review. I feel so bad because overall I do like IT Cosmetics. I like the lady that created it. I like a lot of their products. I just did not like this palette. And since this is called the Naturally Pretty one, I'm assuming they may come out with more palettes, and maybe in the future their palettes will have more color variety, and I would still give them a try because, like I said, the shadows themselves are nicely pigmented. They feel nice. They just blend together weird. And I really think the main problem is that I don't feel there's enough lid shades, you know, lighter lid shades to go where I want them to go. So, once again, I'm sorry that this was such a negative review, but you know, I'm going to tell y'all the truth, guys. If I don't like something, I'm just going to tell you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps if you're trying to think about buying this palette. And please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I love you guys. Bye!